Greetings and welcome back. Riggs here, and 118 is right around the corner. In case you didn't know, that means all of the old seeds are going to be generating very differently once 118 drops. So I wanted to provide you with one last 117 seed, and this is maybe the best seed I ever found in 117, the old world generation, and it has 21 villages, all within about 2,000 blocks. It has all of the biomes, all the rare ones, and it's all within about 2,000 blocks. And so what I've done is I have made a world download with these maps, and I've done a little extra. I connected all 21 villages on the roof of the nether with the nether portal system, and I've also made a little treasure hunt that you can follow to get some rewards as you go around the map. And so I think it's really fun, and the 118 stuff is going to change everything. It's going to be a little crazy, and so I think it might be nice to have an old 117 world that you can come and enjoy a little bit more of a mellow world generation, and then once you get beyond 2,000 blocks, you'll get all the 118 craziness. Now, don't get me wrong, I like crazy, ask anybody, and I'm super hyped for the 118 stuff. In fact, this is the seed that I'm checking out for the first 118 seed video, which I will do at some point. But yeah, the new world generation is going to be a little bit more of an intermediate difficulty level. Here's a pretty good example of what I'm talking about. But yeah, imagine finding this on your first day. That would be challenging. So with this world, you can start out with the old familiar stuff nearby and then work your way up to this. But yeah, kind of crazy. Let's take a look at the map and I'll give you the seed. I will put the seed on the screen now. That is a Java only seed for 117, as I mentioned. But yeah, let's take a good look at the map. We can see there's bamboo and jungle off to the southeast, with the tall tree, mega taiga, and swamp a little bit further to the south. And then dark oak forest and savanna directly south, with Mesa to the west. And then you have regular forest and flower forest up here to the northeast. And then ice spikes directly north, with the mushroom island right here in the middle. I should mention, this is a shadow seed of a seed I already did a video on, but this one has generated with even more epic building locations, so I want to make sure I shared it with you, and that was sort of what inspired me to do the world download. But I also should mention, this is a program called MCA Selector, which is super powerful, obviously, for looking at the map, but you can also cut and delete old chunks that you don't care about. So if, for instance, you wanted to save the Mesa but have the new world generation in the orange area, you could do something like this, delete all this stuff, and then when you open the map, all the 118 generation would happen where the orange is. But it's a super powerful program. I actually did a video on it. If you're curious, I will hopefully link that for you, and you can check that out if that sounds like something that would be useful. I think it would be. All right, what do you say we get going? I'm going to show you the rarest biome of all. Do you know what it is? It's not the mushroom biome, but it is fairly close to spawn. And to get there, we're going to head south to what might be the closest village to spawn. We're going to head through the icebergs here, but to get there, we're actually going to use the nether portal system that I have up on the roof here. So if you're using the world download, you'll have this map up here, and you can just check the coordinates of the villages and then head, divide those by 8, and then head to that location in the nether, and you will find a nether portal that leads to that village. So I hope that is very convenient for you. And yeah, this is a pleasant little village that is an oceanside village in between dark oak and jungle. And yeah, they're the rarest biome of all is actually going to be going away in 118. A bunch of the biomes are actually going to be no longer. But I did want to show you this cool ravine. It goes all the way down to Y level 11 there. Kind of a double ravine. Nothing like we're going to be seeing in 118, obviously. But the rarest biome of all is a jungle edge, which is a funny little... oh yeah, this is it. That's just it. I almost missed it. Nothing too special about it, but it's just where a swamp and a jungle meet up. So it's very similar to what will be the sparse jungle in 118. So that's going to be kind of a wide open jungly area. But I did want to show you down here, just to the south, a little bit further, is the swamp hut, the witch hut. And yeah, in kind of a very nice location as far as making a perimeter all surrounded by water. So it's a sort of perimeter pre-ready made. And notice the lead salesman is here. Anything useful? Nope. Shocker. Next up, we continue down to the southeast in what is a jungle village. It's not really a jungle village. Those don't actually exist. But this is basically a village that was a taiga village that kind of spilled over into a bamboo forest right next door. So we've had some village spillage here is what I call it. And so yeah, there's another portal, and you can see I did block this off with a fence gate, but we've had some villager infiltration to the nether. I do apologize for that. I've tried to block them off with some fence gates, but probably failed in some cases. But yeah, huge bamboo forest down here to the southeast, right on the edge of some epic mountains, and that connects us to another little taiga village over here. But I wanted to make sure I pointed out the bamboo in case you want to come make some friends with some pandas. They're kind of friendly, I guess. Not super useful, but friendly and cute for sure. So back at 0, but next stop is going to be heading northeast to right about there. And this is where you'll find one of my favorite spots on the whole map, maybe. Just up to the northeast, you have the epic mountains and then a nice wide open sunflower plain, so you don't have to do too much clearing out if you want to do a big mega base, but then you have a very convenient village, picturesque location with the ice spikes. You can watch the sunset every evening through these ice spikes. Just a beautiful spot. But yeah, what's the best spawner? Well, if you dig down right under that bone block, there's a hint for you. You'll find a skeleton spawner, and one of those chests has an enchanted golden apple in it for you. Before I forget, I wanted to show you a couple of things in the nether. First, this absolutely massive bastion, which is just a few hundred blocks to the northwest. But yeah, this is a big boy. It's like a double bastion or something. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge when you're ready for it. And here it is. It is never an easy trip through the nether, but a few hundred blocks to the northeast, you will find your closest nether fortress to spawn with this beautiful location. All right, maybe it's not so beautiful, but a perfect location for a blaze spawner and a little crossroads. You'll get very efficient rates here. So I wanted to make sure I pointed this out to you. Great spot. All right, back in the overworld, and we're going to go from spawn southwest through the desert, past a couple of desert temples and a pillager outpost to that spot right here. So down to the southwest is this perfect size island for a base. You have everything you could possibly want. You have sheep and cows and chickens and a village and even have horses. And if you're playing on the world download, you have this mysterious piece of green wool. And if you dig down underneath there, you will find 4 spawners. It's 2 zombie spawners that can be activated at the same time, and then 2 other cave spider spawners. So I don't know, cave spiders, they just creep me out. Easier ways to get string, in my opinion, but do with that what you will. But yeah, perfect island and island living. It's nice. Okay, I think actually this might be my favorite area. This kind of dramatic cliffside and jungle hills with a kind of grotto, lagoony area, and on the intersection of a mega taiga and this big river system, which really makes this seed kind of unique. A lot of times rivers in Minecraft kind of run dry and they're very thin. These are nice wide rivers that are nice and deep and they actually lead places. So it's this really dramatic kind of evocative area down here, kind of the east. It has a mountainside and these neat overhangs, cliff sides to fly through and build under and above. And yeah, just a really neat spot that you won't be able to find this just using the locate command. So I want to make sure I showed you where it was. So this is part of that same river system. You can see it kind of sprawling all over the place, and 5 rivers meet up in the middle of the jungle here. So kind of a powerful spot. So here we are up to the northwest, a beautiful area with 2 villages. You can see a snowy taiga and then a normal taiga village up in the upper corners of my screen. But what I want to show you is actually underground, which is the world's smallest end stronghold. Look at this thing. It's the tiniest ever. It's pretty funny. So many more cool locations I could show you, but I think before too long I want to show you what I've written in this book, because there's lots of useful information for you. First, I've started out with all of the villages. So this is the X and Z coordinates and then the biome that you can find it in. I've written where a few spawners are. This is a zombie village here, so if you happen to be looking for a zombie village, that's where you'll find it. This island village I showed you with a couple of zombie spawners underneath it. And then, yeah, a couple of Mesa sort of Savanna villages off to the west. And I wanted to make sure I showed you where a whole bunch of spawners that I found. These are the X, Y, and Z coordinates there. And then, yeah, one last page with the witch hut coordinates. The ocean monument is just a little bit up to the northeast. And then the smallest stronghold I showed you. This is all of the biomes. So if you happen to be looking for one specific biome, these are the coordinates that you can hopefully find. That's the jungle edge, the rarest biome of all that I showed you. So hopefully I'm going through these slow enough that you can pause it if you need it. But a lot of useful information. So I want to make sure I shared it with you because, yeah, I put a lot of time into it. So hopefully that's useful to somebody. And of course, if you want access to these books and all the maps, you can play on the World Download. Speaking of which, if you are playing on the World Download, I should tell you a few things. First of all, this is where you will spawn in, and then this nether portal here will take you to the actual nether below the nether roof, and then you'll just follow this trail up here to where the maps are, and then the nether portal underneath here will lead you to the roof like I showed you. And then there's definitely some things you want to check out in the castle over there. I'll be a little bit more specific. So I wasn't going to mention the secret treasure hunt. I don't know. Did I mention it in the intro? I haven't done the intro yet. What did I say? But I figured, what good is a secret treasure hunt if nobody finds it? So here we are in the castle, and spoiler alert, if you don't want to know kind of where it starts, just forget that you're seeing this. But there is a secret room hidden down there, and that will lead you to the beginning of a treasure hunt using lodestones and compasses. And I have spent many hours designing it to be rewarding and challenging, and to take you all over the server with sort of increasingly good rewards as you go. So hopefully you will find that fun. It'll take you to some of the more beautiful locations, and yeah, I put a lot of effort into that. I figured, what good is doing that if nobody finds it? So consider this your reward for watching all the way to this point in the video, which I do appreciate. Okay, the world download is ready. I was going to put it on Planet Minecraft, but they have a very small maximum size. So this is just a media file. It's about half a gig big. And I have updated this world to 118. So in a second, I'll dip down underground and I'll show you what the deeper world generation looks like. But hey, can I ask you a favor? I know I don't know you, but I think we would get along. And I hope you understand, I've put a lot of effort into this video. And so if you could help YouTube know that this is a video worth recommending to other people by pushing all of the buttons available, you know the deal. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'd love for as many eyes to see this as possible. I have a fairly small channel here, but every now and then a video does a little bit better than average. And I would love for this to be one of them. But yeah, let's take a look underground. Because yeah, once you update to 118, it will create a new generation down low and out beyond the border, as I said. But yeah, it's kind of a clean break between the 117 generation and the deeper 118 generation under the deep slate. But yeah, it looks like there's a big massive abandoned mine shaft close to spawn here. Pretty cool. You will find a link for the world download in the description, as well as a whole bunch of other useful information, hopefully. And so I will leave you with a quick tour of the little starter base. This is actually just sort of a creative little test world I was kind of messing around with all the new deep slate stuff, and then decided to make a world download out of it. So I hope you are able to enjoy. But I think I'll leave it here. I hope I've provided useful information. Oh, that's kind of cool. So if there's anything that you particularly enjoy seeing in these seed videos, I'm always curious, like what's the useful part for you guys? Do let me know, because I'm doing a 118 video, as I said, and I just want to include what you guys want. So anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and I appreciate your time. Until next time, this has been Riggs, and I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.